Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the garage, and welcome to the junk truck car lot. So we've had some bad luck here lately with Caitlin, with Moby Dick. Now let me just say the bad luck part was the radiator and the idler pulley going. The dumb part was my part of running the truck and letting it get hot, which pretty much destroyed it. So tonight I pulled all the plugs out of Moby Dick, turned it over a few times, cleaned the plugs up, put the plugs back in. Still can't get the truck to fire. I also drained the coolant last night. So yeah, it's dead. I guess that's the only good way to say it. It was my screw up. It is what it is. We're not going to dwell on it anymore. I just kind of moved the truck around with the four-wheeler, so that way we can take these wheels and tires, which actually belong on Veronica over there, since she's going to be our mode of transportation from now on, which I'm fine with. I've thoroughly enjoyed driving that truck the last couple days. Reminded me why I love that truck. It's just so much fun, but it needs a decent set of wheels and tires in case we get some weather. I've been fortunate having some good weather this week, and even those bald, like, push around tires, I guess, you know, wheels just to have here sitting in the driveway so I can move it every once in a while, they're not going to do. So we're going to get them swapped out probably tomorrow. We're not going to do that tonight. I just don't feel like it, which is kind of funny, because what I do feel like doing is pulling the transmission out of Caitlin. So in, I guess, a couple episodes ago, we dropped the transfer case out and we determined that it isn't the transfer case. It is definitely the transmission. We have something wrong in there. It's not just bad clutches or slipped clutches. We have a hard part issue. So that thing's gonna come out either way. I still don't know what I'm doing with it. Got a couple, things I'm working on. I don't know. But we need to get it out either way, so that's what we're going to do. And as you can see, I'm in a t-shirt, so when we brought the truck home, I was freezing, just loading the truck on the trailer. We are all cold. There was snow on the ground when we pulled the transfer case out, but no, today it's like 60 degrees and windy, but that's just Pennsylvania weather for you. So anyhow, guys, we have a few things to do. We have to unbolt the torque converter from the flywheel. We have to take the cross member back out, get the trans jack on it, get the fluid, got to drain the fluid out of it. I completely forgot. I should have had that draining already. Get the fluid out of it, and then just undo the bell housing bolts and all the electronics, and get that transmission out of there, and we'll move on from there. So that's kind of our main task for this evening, is get that thing out of there while we have decent weather, before it gets too cold again. So all right, let's pull this trans. Again, yeah, we do way too much with transmissions, that's for sure. footage you guys saw, my memory card got full, like, I don't know, part of the way through. But yeah, disconnected the there's transmission like support braces on the 68s. I disconnected those, loosened the bolts to the bell housing, undid the torque converter, pulled that cross member, and undid our lines, emptied the fluid out of the transmission, all that kind of stuff. I mean, all our drive shafts were disconnected, our transfer case was already off, so really not as much stuff as normal. Just we got to do it outside, which, if you guys remember, coincidentally, about a year ago, we were doing this on the 3500 with my spare, or not spare, but the race truck's original 68 RFE. Just kind of funny how stuff works like that. I mean, it's almost to the date that we did that, which is pretty crazy. Anyhow, our 68 is out. Yeah, I completely forgot that we put this transmission case brace from ATS on there. The case looks fine, so I don't know if it worked or not, but it was something we did as some cheap insurance. One thing to note, when I was pulling the trans out, this is the first time I've had this happen, and you guys know with the race truck and like our 3500, we've done a few transmissions. The torque converter was actually trying to stay with the flywheel. When I was pulling the transmission out, I had to like kind of scoot things forward, get it back on the input shaft a little more. I don't know why that was happening. Maybe it was just how I had the transmission jack set, I'm not sure, but it was just a first for me. So anyhow, everything's out. I pulled our drain plug, and that's when I knew we had some serious issues. So when I pulled it, there's all kinds of metal on it. I mean, we have hard parts broken in there. But here is what I wiped off of it. As you can see, there is a lot of steel there. That is not good. Not good at all. And if we look at our fluid, yeah, that is not the light red that we should hope for. And then as you kind of spin it up, you can see there's kind of like the metal in there. Yeah, something is very wrong with this thing. Yeah, we didn't just have like a clutch failure. We had something really bad go on. I'm honestly thinking about just taking this thing apart myself. You know, it's got to come apart anyway. I just want to know what went bad. Like I said, I think it's the low reverse sprag, as we talked about in the previous video where we were talking about this truck, but I don't know. I'm certainly not a transmission expert. I'm just very good at breaking them. So anyway, guys, the 68 is out of Caitlin. Yeah, I'm not even going to say it's bittersweet. It just sucks. Had a built trans in there, and I'll be, to tell you the truth, like going down to pick up the new project truck, which I still haven't been able to do a video on because of the weather and work and whatnot. The thing felt great. There was no hint of any issue until like a couple minutes before, when I started hearing a noise. I shut the radio off and was listening, and like, all right, is it on acceleration? Is it deceleration? What gear is it in? You know, like trying to figure that kind of thing out when it happened. But before that, it was shifting great. It was telling great. There was no signs of an issue. We just had one of those failures. Like it didn't even feel like it was starting to go. If I had any question that truck had any issue, like that we weren't going to be able to tow something home, I would have never gone. It's not like it was Moby Dick the other night at work. It's complete opposite, you know. That thing just felt great. So I don't know what happened. I don't know, you know, I know why it happened. It's because, well, these things are just, let's call them special. They're special kind of terrible. I don't know. Why, Chrysler? Why with this transmission? And why do you keep it going? You came out with this beautiful new 2019 truck, and you're gonna put that in it? Come on. You know, did you make the interior so nice so when you're sitting on the side of the road because your 68 RFE failed, you have somewhere comfortable to sleep and be until the tow truck gets there? I don't know. Anyway, guys, I have a lot of disdain for the 68, as you can tell. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. We're going to be trying to get Caitlin back on the road here shortly. We'll see how that all goes. There's going to be a lot more going on with her because we're going to be kind of reverting some things back to how they were. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Get out in your garage, get the wrenching on your truck.